Hello, I'm Jamila Musayeva, an international etiquette consultant, author of etiquette books and pre-recorded online courses. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 7 traits that show you have class. Before I get started with those 7 traits, I want to highlight one important aspect of having class, and that is it is free of charge. It's not something that requires wealth, it's not something that requires money, investment, it's something that is free of charge but is attainable. The famous saying goes, you can't buy class, money doesn't buy class. And that is very true. Money can buy a lot of things. It can buy good clothes, it can buy good perfume, it can buy you, very beautiful cars, but that it doesn't equate to having good class. So being classy is very different from being rich. So let's dive into those important 7 traits that you can acquire in order to be classy. But before we get started with today's video, I want to thank the paid partner for today's video, which is a platform called Betterhelp. What I personally love about this platform is that it has made therapy so easy and accessible from the comfort of your own home. All you have to do is just fill out a questionnaire, and then based on your answers, you are matched with a therapist within just a couple of days. And if that therapist doesn't work for you, it's not the right fit, it's not the right person, you don't match with the person that you're assigned with, you can easily select from a pool of very qualified therapists, and that eventually works for you. And I think that's so important, and such a key moment of this platform is that you're not stuck with one person that you've been selected with. You can easily switch between therapists until you find the right person for you. Also, what I really love about Betterhelp is that it's so convenient. You can join from anywhere in the world as long as you have Wi-Fi, from the comfort of your own home, on your own sofa. You don't really have to go to a therapy and think dread it because it feels like you have to go to a class. You can just access it anywhere and everywhere from everywhere in the world. And I think that's such a beautiful part of it. Also, Betterhelp has a journal inside which allows you to write out your thoughts if you need to share some. And there are also some group sessions that happen on different topics. And so if you feel like joining one of those group discussions, you can easily join and contribute and have people around you, or have a support group of people that are going through the same issue that you're going. If you're someone who is struggling and you think you can benefit from a therapy, I highly encourage you to check out Betterhelp. The link is in the description box, or you can go to betterhelp.com/Jamila to get 10% off on your first month of therapy. The very first trait that all classy people have is that they have good composure. And this is not just about being classy. I've mentioned this when I'm talking about how to become elegant, how to become self-confident, how to look proper, have good manners. All of these traits, all of these characteristics, the one important trait they have all in common is when a person is able to take control over their emotions. So having good composure is really important if you want to look confident, if you want to look classy, elegant, all those good terms. Is because when you are someone who is composed, you are able to take charge of your emotions. Your emotions don't take charge of you. So you basically step over those emotions. You take control of what you're feeling and not allow those emotions take control of who you are. It doesn't mean you're not feeling those emotions. It doesn't mean you don't know what you're going through. You exactly have all the same feelings as everyone else does, the same anger, anxiety, sadness, whatever it might be, but then you allow to yourself, or you are aware to rise above those emotions, at least when you are in public. So you're able, the saying goes, to save your face, but it's not just about saving your face. It's not allowing yourself to be in charge of your emotions, but rather taking charge of them. I find this a very strong feature in everyone. I know that there's a huge emphasis nowadays on vulnerability, on exposing how you truly feel. Yes, you can do so, and yes, you should do so, but I would encourage you to do so around people you feel safe with, in a therapy, with your immediate family who you feel comfortable with, but also train your capacity to take control over your emotions, particularly when you're in public. The second, obviously, a very common trait of all classy people is that they all have good manners. And when I talk about good manners, it's just the basic elements of courtesy and kindness, and just being able to say thank you, hello, greetings, and doing the proper introductions, saying thank you and excuse me where necessary, holding door for someone, waiting for others to step out before you enter. So those little behavioral aspects that show one that you have good manners. And all classy people always have good manners. It's something that comes free of charge. You can easily learn it. It's something that you can read on, you can do your research about, you can observe and easily acquire those behavioral manners and become good mannered person. It's not something that requires a lot of investment, a lot of financial expenses in order to be well-mannered. And I also have a lot of videos on etiquette that you can check out for free on my YouTube channel. I just want to illustrate one point that a lot of people, when they tell me that, you know, if someone is rich, that's when they need etiquette and that's when they're classy. And my argument is that there's so many rich people, and I assure you, you know a lot of them, even from Hollywood celebrities. They're the wealthiest people, you know, on the planet right now, but they all look classy to you. Do they all look good mannered to you? And I'm sure you know a lot of people around you that might not be the most wealthiest people that you know, but have really good manners and are very classy. So good manners, I think, and being classy really goes hand in hand, because they essentially translate the same kind of image. When you have good manners, you know how to behave, so obviously people perceive you as elegant and classy, and all of those things can come for free, and they're not, in no way they are linked to wealth. And so if you come up with an excuse that I can't be classy because I'm not rich, you know now why that's not true. The third trait of all classy people that I know, they are all self-confident. I don't know anyone who looks classy and is in any way looking not confident. But there is an important thing with the self-confidence, and it's like a very slippery slope. When there are so many people these days, especially online, that I, you know, stumble upon, or people send me their profiles and, you know, will tell me, what do you think of this person? And I would say, you know, there are so many people that try to look confident without having any competence to back it up, without having any skill set to back it up. So I call it unearned confidence. It's almost like a bubble. You make yourself believe in it, and it's only through your belief that you can convince a few people that might not be very well, you know, aware of who you are as a person. And, you know, you might convince 3-4 people now and then, but with time, if it's not backed up with some skill set, with competence, this bubble will erupt. So if you want your confidence to be grounded, if you want this feeling of fullness to be grounded and to be firm, you have to back it up and constantly keep on backing it up with competence and skill set. Luckily, we live in a world where we have the luxury of being able to learn anything and everything online these days. A lot of the classes are available for free. All you have to do is really have a desire to learn something. If you want to improve your language level, you can easily do it. If you want to learn how to play piano, you can easily online do it. If you want to learn how to knit, you can easily do it. If you want to work out, you can do it from the realm of your own home. All the rest are just excuses. Nowadays is a time when we live when everything we want to learn is super accessible, and a lot of these knowledge is free of charge, which wasn't the case prior to internet. You had to, you know, have special tutors in whatever you wanted to learn. Only certain level of people could allow themselves to have tutors in languages and mathematics and literature and so on and so forth. So we live in a very good times for everyone to be able to be competent and skilled. And once you build that confidence and that skill set, obviously the level of your self-awareness and self-confidence rises, and it is grounded in an actual factual skill set that you have. So build your self-confidence through competence and skill set, and it's one of the important traits that you'll have as a classy person. The fourth important trait that I see all classy people possess is that they have huge respect towards themselves, but towards everyone else. Again, we live in times when we get promoted this idea of, you know, respect yourself, love yourself, be confident in yourself. It's all about me, 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 and pretty much oblivious to everyone around us. But classy people are the ones that not just have respect for themselves, but they also show that respect to others, because respect merits respect. When you respect my boundaries, I will automatically, most likely, going to respect yours. It's very important that you have self-respect, but out of this self-respect comes respect towards others, that you don't hinge upon their boundaries, that you don't hinge upon their privacy. Being respectful is something that never goes out of fashion. Some boundaries have been slightly changed and molded with society opening up more, things that we weren't okay talking about in public, or we're now open to discussing in public, but it's then up to you to decide what you want to expose to public and what you want to keep private. And it's important that you not only respect that for yourself, but also you have the same respect towards the person in front of you. So if you're someone who doesn't like discussing family stuff with others, don't ask intrusive family questions about the other person. So if you're not okay with answering that, then you should be not okay by asking those questions. Being respectful is very important to being classy. The fifth trait of all classy people is that they take good care of their total appearance. And by that I mean they take care of their grooming, of their hygiene, of their clothes. And being well taken care of is not equivalent to looking expensive. Expensive is not always good, in a sense that you can wear the best labels on you, you can wear the most expensive things on you, but if it's not well taken care of, if it has some damages, if it has spills on it, if it's not well tailored to your body type, if it's not well fitted on you, if it doesn't work with your style, it's not going to look good on you, no matter how expensive the clothes are. Because at the end of the day, when you're wearing something, it's not the price tag that is seen on it, it's the value that is bringing to your body proportions, to your personal image and branding. So it's really important that everything that you're wearing is authentic to who you are. It looks good on your body type and your skin tone and undertone, and it looks good with your lifestyle, and it's appropriate to where you're wearing it, and that it's well maintained, it's not oversized, if it's not too tight on you, and that along with everything that you're still taking good care of your hygiene, of your nails, your hair, your skin, your teeth, your shoes, your handbag, so everything that you're wearing. So good care is all about paying attention to details, is really being careful and curating what you're wearing and how you're looking, rather than how much money you're spending into buying what you're buying. In this moment, I think it's very important to distinguish between looking wealthy and looking classy. For classy, it's all about attention to details. The sixth trait of all classy people that I have met in person, I've admired on television, or that I have, watched in public, is that they are all eloquent speakers. They're very good in conveying their ideas. They curate not only their clothes, but they also curate their thoughts, they curate their speech. Their speech is very rich in vocabulary, they have really diverse vocabulary, they know what kind of words to use in which context. So really enriching your vocabulary, improving your grammar, pacing your speech, ensuring that you are conveying your ideas precisely is an important skill to have, not just for being classy, but also being a good speaker, that looking confident. All of these things are important. And if you are someone who is striving to enrich your vocabulary and become a better speaker, you can actually watch one of my videos I've done on how to become a better speaker. But also one of the biggest and easiest way to become a better speaker is watch people that you think are very good at speaking and try to emulate their style, or try to understand why you think they're good speakers, good public speakers. So having the right role models will really help you understand what style of speech you're mostly attracted to. And second, reading a lot of books. And this never goes out of style. It's always fashionable to read. It's always good for your brains, but also for being classy to read a lot of literature. The more you read, the more you enrich your vocabulary and obviously the way you construct your sentences. So read more, and also you can also watch more movies, especially the old ones. They're very good in dialogues. And third, find your right role models that you would like to emulate in terms of the way they speak. And the seventh, the final trait for all classy people that I've ever adored, is that I realized that they all have really great, firm boundaries that no one can overstep. The reason most people consider them classy is because they don't have access to their privacy, and that is a key to establishing that boundary between you and everyone else who is not your immediate family or not your super close family friend. You have to learn to build boundaries. You have to learn to affirm those boundaries and not allow anyone to overstep it. Classy people are the ones that are not intrusive into others' privacy, but they also don't let anyone come close to theirs. I think in the time that we live in right now, where people feel entitled to each other's private life, entitled to learn everything from your perfume to your underwear to your relationship with your family, I feel like people have lost the understanding of personal boundaries, and that has really created, or rather destroyed, this image of classy people around us. I think nowadays there are very few people I can call classy, and this is because a lot of people have opened the curtain to their private life and overexposed things. So I think perhaps one of the most important traits to being a classy person is really drawing that boundaries, respecting that of others, but also primarily affirming your own boundaries. Thank you so much for watching this video until the very end. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, give the thumbs up and do let me know down in the comment section below what are some video suggestions that you have for me. If you're interested in learning more about etiquette, you can get my books that are available for international shipment on my website. You can also access or join my 2 pre-recorded online etiquette courses. One is called The Art of Entertaining at Home, where I teach you how to set up a table according to 4 different seasons, how to wrap gifts, how to host people over at home. And the second is a course called Western Formal Dining Etiquette from A to Z that teaches you everything you need to know when you're about to have a formal dining experience. From the moment you step out of the car, how to take off your coat, to finish up how to eat your dessert. All of these courses are available on my website, and some of them come with a certificate of completion. You can check it out on my website. Link is down in the description box. And if you want to learn even in more depth about etiquette, you can join my exclusive Patron Etiquette Movie Club, where every month I feature an etiquette analysis for different kind of Hollywood independent movies. So far I've done over 40 different movies, from the most beloved ones like Titanic, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and so on and so forth. And by joining it now, you can actually view all those movie analysis. So at the very end, as a bonus for this video, the outfit of today's video is something that I wore to my recent trip to Jeddah. I was doing a podcast with the Mo Show. Actually, our interview is already out, and the link is in the description box, also pinned as a comment. You can check it out. I want to wear something in Saudi that was of a color of the national color, but also something that was more conservative, but also feminine and classy. So I went for this dark emerald green dress. I think the brand is, I'll have to check it, I'll write it here. I have paired this with a belt by Alaya. It's like the classy belt that they have, and I've had this belt for I think about 5 years by now. And I have paired this with the black pump heels. It's Giovanni Rossi. They're super comfortable, and I love the fact that they have kind of a thicker heel that allows me to stand on these heels for a really long time throughout the day, and they're super comfortable for work, but also really work well for a cocktail party. Thank you so much for watching this video until this very end, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!